so very much. Hello, San Diego. How are we? Are we good? So I'm finally back in my home state, if not my home city, but in my home state, which makes me very happy. And I was wondering why I've been so mellow all day. It's like, oh, because I'm back in California. That's but I'm thrilled to be here.
Since you went away, I think about you all through the day. My buddy, nobody quite so true. Miss your voice, the touch of your hand, just long to know that you understand. My buddy, your buddy misses you. Life is a book that we study, some of its leaves bring a sigh. There it was written, my buddy, that we must part, you and I, buddies through all of the gay days, buddies when something went wrong. I wait alone in my gray days, missing your smile and your song. My buddy, nobody quite so true. Miss your voice, the touch of your hand, just long to know that you understand. My buddy, your buddy misses you. Your buddy misses you.
That's the key he sang it in. That's the octave he sang it in. I am not kidding. And at the end, he one-upped me. At the end, he sang, your body misses you. So, if you are ever in Cambridge, Harvard Square in front of my office, Chipotle, please look for my buddy. I hope he's still there. I hope he's still there. He's an amazing guy, amazing guy. So anyway, that is now the oldest song in my repertoire. But prior to me adding that song to my repertoire, this was the oldest song in my repertoire. And this is a song that I first discovered in the movie Radio Days by Woody Allen. And it was just playing in the background during one of the scenes. You know, I mean, it wasn't a major part of the scene. It was just playing in the background. And I heard it and I thought, oh, I want to sing that song. And so I'm going to sing that song. There's no story, folks. There's no song. If I should say the night is grand, would you demand a proof? Or would you be indifferent and aloof? You seem to think that half aloof is better than none. So maybe that's the reason we're not having any fun. I double dare you to
do you care? Can't you take a dare? I double dare you to kiss me and then I double dare you to kiss me again. And if that look in your eyes means what I'm thinking of, I double dare you to fall in love with me. I double dare you. If I should try to read your mind, would I be up a tree? I wish I knew just what you think of me. Oh, you appear to be so shy, so here's what I speak. Please pardon my presumption. I hate playing hide and seek. I double dare you to sit over here. I double dare you to lend me your ear. Take off your high hat and let's get friendly. Don't be a scare cat. Say, what do you care? Can't you take a dare? I double dare you to kiss me and then I double dare you to kiss me again. And if that look in your eyes means what I'm thinking of, I double dare you to fall in love with me. I double dare you.
A song that was written by Adam Guettel, who is the grandson of Richard Rodgers. Adam Guettel is a Tony Award-winning musical theater composer. Apple doesn't fall far. At any rate, this particular song is a song that is a meditation on flight, sort of a prayer on flight, the flights of birds and what God sees, and how we could all ascend to a higher place of being and living if we could have that view all the time. Therefore, the song, the meditation on flight.
We sail above the weather. We search the ocean floor. We rival our creation, still yearning. But can we fly together? A migratory feel, how wonderful, if that's what God could see. A single voice in whispered prayer can only pray to travel there. But all as one, we sound the everlasting sound and sing our salvation. Aloft and in a formation, a migratory feel, how wonderful, if that's what God could see. sleep tonight, not for all the jewels in the crown. I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting, why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me. I could have danced. See what I mean? Super popular, right? How many of you were kind of singing along? Humming a little bit, tapping your foot, annoying your neighbor. Let's get it out of our systems. Let's sing it all together. We'll all feel a lot better. Come on, San Diego. Ready? I could have danced. All right, men, you can still be masculine and sing this song. You know what? You sound too good. Shut up, my solo. I never knew what made it so exciting. Why all at once my heart took flight. Never mind, help me out. I only know when he began to dance. We're going for it, sopranos. I could have danced. Competitive there. Sorry. San Diego sings very well. No. Okay. It's as if I've never sung this concert in my life before. I did this 2 days ago in Las Vegas. It's age, I think, you know? I hit 40, and then like the next day I couldn't see anymore. The day after that I got grumpy, and now my mind is just gone. So I'm just gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna enjoy my ignorance. Anyway, one of the things I've done in my 43 years on this planet is I have this kid. I gave birth to her. I have a child, and she's oh, thanks. You can applaud me for that. I'm the only person in the world ever to have done it. She's amazing. I just got married. But all this to say that I have to sing lullabies for my audience because I've never been able to sing them at home. So I'm going to sing 2 of them for you now. The first is from the musical version of the play, A Raisin in the Sun. The musical version was called Raisin. And at this particular moment in the show, Ruth, the mother, which is the part that I played, is trying to get her 10-year-old son, Travis, out the door to go to school. And Travis wants 50 cents to take to school, but they are incredibly poor. And Ruth doesn't have it to give to him, so he starts to stomp out the door. And the second song is from my favorite Disney movie about my favorite animal. Whose little angry man are you? Now let me see. Can I be sure that you belong to me? Whose little puff of smoke and flame, whose little roar of manly thunder, I wonder I see you making eyes at me, and that's an old familiar song. I guess you're mine. My little boy would never be as mean as you. He'd never say goodbye without a kiss or two. I see you making eyes at me, and that's an old familiar song. I guess you're mine. I guess you're mine. Baby mine, don't you cry. Baby mine, dry your eye. Rest your head close to my heart, never to part, baby of mine. Little one, when you play, don't you mind what they say. Let those eyes sparkle and shine, never a tear, baby of mine. If they knew, sweet little you, they'd end up loving you too. All those same people who scold you, what they'd give just for the right to hold you. From your head to your toes, you're not much, goodness knows. But you're so precious to me, cute as can be, baby of mine. Baby of mine. I guess you're mine. His eyes, his nose, his fingers, his toes, his smile when he says please, and when he sneezes, his sneeze, his arms, chest, coat, vest, his everything is sweet and sweet. I try, but honest to Pete, I can't stop talking about him and talking about him and talking about him. I can't stop talking about him, the man that I adore. I can't stop talking about him and talking about him and talking about him. I can't stop talking about him, and now I see no more. I simply can't stop telling about him and yelling about him and telling about him. I can't stop hovering over the moment that we met. We had a pinstripe. What do you call a beautiful smile? A barrel of money. I can't stop talking about him yet. He kissed me at a velvet ball, a whistle with will, a trap door open, and I slipped right through. And now I can't stop talking about him and talking about him and talking about him. And if he was yours, well, neither would you.
Please stop talking about him and talking about him and talking about him.
I can't stop talking about him and talking about him and talking about him.
And don't stop talking about him and talking about him.
Well, I won't stop talking about him and talking about him and talking about him. I can't stop talking about him and talking about him and talking about him. I can't stop talking about him, the man that I adore. I can't stop talking about him, and though I see no more, I simply can't stop telling about him and yelling about him and telling about him. I can't stop hovering over the moment that we met. We had a pinstripe. What do you call a beautiful smile? A barrel of money. I can't stop talking about him yet. He kissed me at a velvet ball, a whistle with will, a trap door open, and I slipped right through. And now I can't stop talking about him and talking about him and talking about him. And if he was yours, well, about you. Stop talking about it, talking about it, talking about it, talking about it, until your face turns blue. Talking about it, talking about it, talking about it, talking about it all day.
That song was written by the great Frank Lesser, who gave us Guys and Dolls. And that was a song from a movie called Let's Dance, starring, no, is that one? Yes, starring Fred Astaire and Betty Hutton. And the late, great Betty Hutton sang that song. So I went to Juilliard. Yes, be very impressed. I did the 4-year vocal program in just 5 years. That's all it took me. True. So, 9/11, you know, it happened, and maybe I'm naive, but I feel like in some way, whether people know it or not, it affected everybody on the planet. Obviously, some of us more than others. I, of course, live in New York City, but I happened to be in Fresno, California that day at my dad's house. And I was visiting him, and I had my daughter with me. And when it happened, aside from being, horrified and terrorized and confused and scared like we all were, and angry, I found that I couldn't let go of my daughter that day. She was 8 months old at the time, and I couldn't put her down. The entire day, I wouldn't let anybody else hold her, and I just clutched her. And I remember thinking, what does all this mean? What is going on? What matters in the world? What's important when something like this happens? What's important? What matters? What matters? What matters? And so in putting together music for this concert, I was reminded of a song that I used to sing once again when I was around 9 years old in Fresno, California, with my afro puffs and pot belly. Still have the afro and the pot belly. And I thought nothing of this song at the time. I just sang it because it was a pretty song and they told me to sing it. Well, I'm 43 now, and I understand the song. I get what it means now. It was written by Julie Stein, with lyrics by the incomparable duo of Comden and Green. And what I love about this song is it says, here's what's most important. This is what matters. And it really has become a mantra for me, especially in the past 7 years since my dad's death. It's really how I try to live now.
The sound of applause is delicious. It's a thrill to have the world at your feet. The praise of the crowd is exciting, but I've learned that is not what makes a life complete. There's one thing you can do for the rest of your days that's worth more than applause. The screaming crowds, the bouquets. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart a heart. You sing to one. Love is the answer. Someone to love is the answer. Once you found them, build your world around them. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart the heart you sing to. One smile that cheers you. One face that lights when it nears you. Someone you're everything to. Fame, if you win it, comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life we cling to? Love is the answer. Someone to love is the answer. Once you found them, build your world around them. Make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. And you will be
Very, very clearly told to me by Andy. Thank you. It's written by Irving Berlin. I realize that I don't have any Irving Berlin. I haven't, for some reason, ever had any of his repertoire, music in my repertoire. I thought, what's wrong with me? It's Irving Berlin. He's the greatest. In fact, when Julie Stein was asked what Irving Berlin's place in musical theater was, Julie Stein replied, Irving Berlin has no place in musical theater. Irving Berlin is musical theater. So, shame on me. So I'm going to do something from his greatest musical, Annie, Get Your Gun. I mean, this guy was an immigrant, and he wrote God Bless America. He wrote that song. It's one of the greatest songs about America that we have, and he wrote it. Anyway, Annie, Get Your Gun is an incredible musical, incredible score. Every single song in that show is a hit. So I decided to choose a particular one because it features my men.
Behind the hill, there's a busy little still where your cap is working in the moonlight. Your loving paw isn't quite within the law, so he's hiding there behind the hill. Bye-bye, baby, stop your yawning. Don't cry, baby, day will be dawning. And when it does, from the mountain where he was, he'll be coming with a jug of moonshine. So count your sheep, mama, singing you to sleep with a moonshine lullaby. donkey or sheep, Mama, singing you to sleep with moonshine
to them as my boys, and I thought, that's just wrong. These are men behind me, and what great men they are. So no Audra McDonald concert is complete without Audra McDonald attempting a Stephen Sondheim song. So I'm going to attempt one. And I've sung so many of his songs for many different events over the years that Andy and I kind of got stumped when trying to decide what's the next Sondheim song for me to do. So we thought, well, let's ask the man himself, let's ask the dude himself. And so we asked Steve, what should I sing next? And he said, sing this song. So I'm going to sing this song. Steve tells you to sing a song, you sing it. And this one is from his great musical written in 1988 with James Lapine, Into the Woods. For those of you, a few of you may know it, but for those of you who don't know the show, it's all the wonderful grim fairy tales that we know and love. There's Jack and the Beanstalk, there's Little Red Riding Hood, there's Cinderella, there's Rapunzel. And at the end of the first act, everybody gets there happily ever after. And the second act is what happens after that happily ever after. And in this particular moment, the baker's wife has just had a tryst with Cinderella's prince.
What was that?
Was that me? Was that him? Did a prince really kiss me? And kiss me? And kiss me? And did I kiss him back? Was it wrong? Am I mad? Is that all? Does he miss me? Was he suddenly getting bored with me? Wake up, stop dreaming, stop prancing about the woods. It's not beseeming. What is it about the woods? Back to life, back to sense, back to child, back to husband. You can't live in the woods. There are vows, there are needs, there are ties, there are standards, there are shoulds and shoulds. Why not both instead? There's the answer if you're clever. Have a child for warmth and a baker for bread and a prince for whatever. Never, it's these woods. Face the facts, find the boy, join the group, stop the giant, just get out of these woods. Was that him? Yes, it was. Was that me? No, it wasn't. Just a trick of the woods. Just a moment. One peculiar passing moment. Must it all be either less or more, either plain or grand? Is it always or? Is it never and? Well, that's what woods are for those moments in the woods. Oh, if life were made of moments, even now and then a bad one. But if life were only moments, then you'd never know you had one. First a witch, then a child, then a prince, then a moment. Who can live in the woods and to get what you wish, only just for a moment? These are dangerous woods. Let the moment go. Don't forget it for a moment, though. Just remembering you've had a hand when you're back to home makes the oar mean more than it did before. Now I understand, and it's time to leave the
after Steve Sondheim, why not head on over to George Gershwin? Why not? And this is a song that I've sung a lot in the past, but I kind of let it go for a while. But we decided to do it tonight for many reasons. And it's a song about love. And the fact that if they get to love, and they get to love, why can't I love? And it features Mr. Mark Vanderpool, San Diego's own, on the bass. So I'm putting together music for this concert. I realized that I haven't really ever sung in my concerts any Kander and Ebb. And shame on me again. This incredible duo has left such an incredible legacy. Incredible shows like Chicago and Cabaret, Kiss of a Spider Woman. They wrote the song New York, New York, for goodness sake. And so I thought I need to add something of theirs. And I thought about a particular song from a particular show. It was the last show they wrote together before Fred Ebb's death. And it is based on the true story of the Scottsboro Nine. The show is called the Scottsboro Boys. And for those of you who don't know, did you hear recently? Yes, okay, so we know it. Well, for those of you who don't know the story, it was Scottsboro nine African-American boys, freight training the Jim Crow South down in Alabama, and ended up falsely accused of raping 2 white women, thrown in jail, tried, and sentenced to death. And then the women recanted and said, no, we're prostitutes, we didn't want to be arrested, they didn't rape us, so we weren't telling the truth. Tried again, sentenced to death again, and again, and again, and again. Some of them, I think the youngest was 13 years old. This is a true story. Some of them eventually were freed. Some of them died in jail. Some of them tried to escape. They were in jail for many, many, many years. And it's a beautiful show. It's a beautiful show. So I wanted to sing a song from that show tonight. And at this particular moment in the show, the boys are in jail. Some of them have gotten a pencil and a piece of paper, and they're writing letters home, just telling their family, I want to come home.
Lying all alone, I'm thinking, staring at the stars. I wonder, since I've been away, I'm lonely when I'm gonna go back home. Walking through the world, things happen right before your eyes. Things happen. Soon enough you're lost and thinking, when I'm gonna go back home. Oh me, oh my, time goes slow.
So Fred Ebb left this incredible legacy. All his incredible lyrics, incredibly witty, in 2008. And with it, he wrote a musical called Ordinary Days. And this is a song from that musical. We met, of all places, in front of Gristini's some freakishly cold winter's day. I had on several unflattering layers of wool. He slipped on the ice with his grocery bags full. So I rescued some Fruit Loops he dropped by the curb, and he made a remark that my smile was superb. And I thought that was sweet, and I started to go, and he said, hey, what you doing tomorrow? Because I'll be here at the corner of Bleecker and Mercer tomorrow at 7. If you want to meet up, I'll be waiting right here. And in case there are two fellas waiting for you, my name's John. He waved and then he was gone. Needless to say, I went back there to meet him, mostly to see if he'd show. There he was, out in the cold with his jacket pulled tight. He took me to dinner and kissed me goodnight. The next week we went to this terrible play, and the week after that drank hot chocolate all day. Then suddenly 8 or 9 months had flown by when he said, hey, what you doing the rest of your life? Because I'll be here right beside you as long as you want me to be. There's no question. There is nothing I've wanted so much in my life. This might sound immature, but I'm totally sure you're the one. And we had just begun. We got hitched in September, our favorite month, with a rock band that played in this old synagogue. And we bought an apartment on West 17th Street and talked about children and getting a dog. Our first anniversary came in a flash, and we promised to take the day off. He had to stop into his office that morning, and so I went walking uptown to this bakery I know, when I heard on the street what I thought was a joke, till I noticed the sirens and saw the smoke. So I'm running back home with this feeling of dread to the voicemail he left, with the last words he said. I'm sorry. I don't mean to ruin your evening by bringing up all of this stuff. You're probably wondering why I even called you tonight. Well, today something happened that spooked me all right. I saw this storm cloud of papers fall down from the sky, and I thought of that day, and I started to cry. When sure as I breathe, I heard John clear as day, saying, hey, you're allowed to move on. It's okay. Because I'll be here, even if you decide to get rid of my favorite sweater. Even if you go out on my birthday this year, instead of sitting at home, letting all of life's moments pass by. You don't have to cry, because I'll be here when you start going back to the places we went to together. When you take off my ring and you let yourself smile. When you meet someone handsome and patient and true, and he says that he wants to be married to you, and you call him one night and he meets you downtown, and you finally answer him yes. Yes, Jason, I will marry you. I will give you my heart.
finally let myself tell you that I will be.
So that young gentleman's name is Adam Gwon.
You looked sexy, even though you were having a seizure. It was in the hair care section of the Vancouver Walgreens. I was the guy in the blue shirt holding your legs while that old man put his wallet in your mouth. Let's get together when you're feeling a little less woozy. It was kind of like that, but so much more, so much more. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, please tell me, because it's driving me crazy.
So before I sing my last song, I want to take this opportunity to talk about making someone happy, this incredible group of guys behind me. On the drums, Mr. Gene Loewe. On the bass, Mr. Mark Vanderpool. And my music director, my dragon slayer, Mr. Andy Einhorn. This last song I want to sing for you is a song that was written by a very dear friend of mine who happened to be the pit player on the piano in the orchestra of Ragtime back in 1998. Sweet guy named Mr. Steve Marzullo. And that's like 15 years ago, but he brought me a song. He said, I wrote this song, and I know you're looking for some songs to sing for your latest album. I don't know if you want it here. And I have not stopped singing it since. He took a poem by the great author, activist, and poet, Mr. James Baldwin. And what I love about this song and this poem is it says you can believe in God or Buddha, Allah, Vishnu, whatever. That's all fine. But at the end of the day, we must believe in one another, and we must love one another, and we must take care of one another. We must love one another. Love one another. Some days worry, some days glad, some days more than make you mad. Some days more than shine when you see what's coming on down the line. Some days you say, oh, not me, never. Some days you say, bless God forever. Some days you say, curse God and die. And the day comes when you wrestle with that lie. Some days tussle, and some days groan, and some days don't even leave a bone. Some days you hustle all alone. I don't know, sister, what I'm saying. Lord, to no man if he don't be praying. I know that love is the only answer, and the tightrope lover the only dancer. When the lover comes off the rope today, the net which holds him is how we pray, and not to gods unknown, but to each other. 'Cause falling mortal is a brother. Some days leave, some days grieve, some days you almost don't believe. Some days believe you, some days don't. Some days believe you, and you won't. Some days worry, some days mad, some days more than make you glad. Some days more than shine. Witnesses coming on down the line. Witnesses coming on down the There's a particularly pretty soul in the audience tonight, who I've just been told is a birthday girl. Miss Peggy Preuss. A great deal to this theater. And I happen to know that one of the native sons of San Diego is, correct me if I'm wrong, is Dr. Seuss. Is that correct? So Peggy, I'd like to sing you a song that my mother sings to me every year on my birthday. And the song was written by Dr. Seuss. Happy birthday also to Frederick Funzelfeld, who was born upon this wondrous day as well. Happy birthday also to Waldo Wilberforce. Happy birthday likewise to Paul Revere's fine horse. But most of all we sing to honor you, Peggy, born upon this great, great, great day too. Happy birthday, Peggy. So I was going to ask a favor of all of you. We turn up the house lights. Will you guys, if I record it, will you sing happy birthday to my husband? His name is Will.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Will. Happy birthday to
Oh, you just made me so happy. Okay, turn down the house lights. I see everybody. I'll turn on the house lights. Okay, so I'm going to sing one more song. And this is a song that was written in 1939. And it was introduced to the world by, in my humble but absolutely accurate opinion, one of the greatest American singers the world has ever known, Miss Judy Garland. Woo! And she died in 1969. She left the planet like 9 or 10 months before I got here. Just missed her. On the day of her funeral, there was a certain segment of the population that was in New York City that gathered at one of their favorite watering holes to mourn her, to grieve her, to toast her. And the police raided their bar yet again. This was Stonewall, and that was the beginning of the movement. And I sing this song in honor of this particular civil rights movement, the gay rights movement, and here's why I sing it. A lot of people say to me, you know, why are you so political? Why do you talk so much about marriage equality and gay rights and rights in general? And I do it because I am a beneficiary of the civil rights movement. If it were not for the civil rights movement in the 60s, I would not be standing there today. And I feel that it is my duty. I feel that it is my duty. And I am not the first of singers to do this. You know, I stand on the shoulders of people like Marian Anderson and Lena Horne. Marian in her very quiet way, and Lena in her very loud way, talking about a movement, and this is a movement that is very near and dear to my heart. So I sing this song in honor of that movement, and in honor of love, and in honor of dreams, and above all, in honor of Judy. When all the world is a hopeless jumble, and the raindrops tumble all around, heaven opens a magic way,
there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane to a place behind the sun, just a step beyond the rain. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops, way up on the chimney tops. That's where